Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty. The historic marquee of the Edina Theatre might soon be lit up again, drawing more people to 50th and France. COVID-19 shuttered the theater in 2020. The previous tenant of the historic theater vacated the facility earlier this year, due largely to the economic impacts of the ongoing pandemic. Last month, the Housing and Redevelopment Authority, or HRA, pledged a total of $500,000 to help Man Theaters reoccupy the Edina Theatre. Susie Haugland of JSG Properties, owner of the building, is finalizing a lease with Bloomington, Minnesota-based Man Theaters to revive operations with a unique mix of art films, popular films, and live events. The cost to renovate and reopen the facility is very high. Without support from the city, Haugland and Steve Mann say they are unable to make the needed $1.5 million investment.
So it's just more improvement that they can make to the theater. And I think that's what we're all after. We want this to be here for many, many more years. And everybody's excited about it coming back. And I think it's great for the community. It's great for this corner. Brings people to the corner. So I think it's a win-win. The city gave us the money. We're going to put it to very good use, and everybody will get to enjoy it.
In September, the City Council pledged a $200,000 grant using American Rescue Act plan funds to JSG Properties, and the HRA recently pledged an additional $300,000 forgivable loan to Man Theaters for brick and mortar improvements to the building. Among other things, Man said they plan to completely renovate the concession areas, construct a bar lounge on the upper level, replace the outdated seating with modern recliners, install new screens and state-of-the-art audio equipment, and repair the Edina sign and marquee, which is on the National Register of Historic Places.
We really want to take this theater and make it a destination, bring it up to the standard that everybody expects these days when they go to a movie, which of course is those luxury lounger recliners, of course. So we're going to redo the entire auditoriums with new seats, new sound, new screens. We do want to keep the Art Deco theme, so we're planning to keep the carpet, we're planning to keep the awesome panels that are inside the auditoriums, but completely reconstructing the concession stand and making the bar upstairs after The Shining, the gold room in The Shining. And that's our plan, as well as copying the restrooms from The Shining.
JSG Properties and Man Theaters plan to begin work on the renovation soon, with an anticipated reopening in early 2022. Multi-use fields at Weber Park will be kept in the design of flood infrastructure improvements in Edina's Morningside neighborhood. At a meeting last month, the City Council approved the 30% designed layout for the project. Based on feedback received from the public earlier this fall, the ice rink at Weber Park will remain in its existing location, and an open skate area from the ice rink to Grimes Avenue will be left unchanged and may be considered as part of a future park project. Outfield fences between new baseball and softball fields will be removed so the space can be a multi-use field. A new large open space will also be created between the new fields by piping the low area or swale under the fields. The revised layout that maintains the multi-use fields will add approximately $500,000 to the project to safely transmit flood flows across the park, but staff will look for a way to value engineer the project as it progresses.
Some of the input we heard was protect people from flooding, keep and enhance natural areas, and then keep and enhance multi-use spaces. So as we get into the details of the design, we're going to keep that input top of mind so that as we're getting into the details and making choices and staying within that budget, we're keeping the things that provide the most value to people.
The Greater Morningside Flood Infrastructure Project includes expanding and lowering Weber Pond, an expanded and lower Lynn Kipling inundation area, an expanded pipe and swale to provide overflow from that inundation area, and the Grimes Avenue low point, and an expanded and reconfigured pipe network and minor grade changes. The project will be completed in 3 phases. The first will be tree clearing to be completed this winter. The park and earthwork to create flood storage will take place next in a grading and utilities contract. The upstream pipe capacity work will occur as part of a neighborhood street reconstruction project in 2022. More than 50 volunteers picked up shovels and dug into the ground at Fred Richards Park last month. Their goal? To plant 75 trees near the trails and new playground. Edina TV shows us what it takes to plant a tree and why the work to plant even more is just getting started.
Everyone can go and grab a wheelbarrow and start making your way to your respective zones. Tree Trust is a local nonprofit. We plant around 5,000 trees annually.
The only nonprofit of its kind in Minnesota.
We've got it down pretty good.
Helped bring together the crew and equipment to literally bring new life to Fred Richards Park.
Here I design all of our planting plans, like the plan for this park that we're planting at today, and I work with municipalities to figure out what the best tree species are for their parks.
A plan that includes flowering trees for the playground and shade for trail users, all made possible by a sustainable urban forest grant through the U.S. Forest Service.
There you go.
When Tree Trust contacted the city about planting 75 trees, the city forester knew where they were needed. This park used to be a golf course.
Normally when you're playing golf, you don't really like trees. You don't want trees in the way. And so it was one of the lower areas for tree canopy in the city.
You're going to gently pour the water and try to keep it towards the edge.
With a little guidance and a little muscle, 15 different species of trees will be allowed to take root.
I like just like the part like where you like can get your hands dirty and can just like, it's like so much fun, and like that like you like feel like you're like personally like really helping the like actual earth.
Overholt says this planting event is good practice for what's coming next year. Planting 1,000 new trees in the city.
Pretty exciting for me to be able to plant, that many trees and to get, funding from the city to do that. And we'll be focusing on both public and private, but mostly multifamily unit housing.
A project that will require many hardworking volunteers. For Abid Hassan and his family, the reward for planting trees lasts a lifetime.
I had a lot of help from people here, and it kind of feels good just to kind of afterwards to feel like I planted a tree, made a difference.
After just a few hours of work, a city park is transformed.
This short experience can have a long-lasting effect.
And those who helped are changed a little too.
Drive by and see, oh yeah, that's my tree.
I'm Dan Carpenter for Edina TV.
Tree Trust will provide an additional 50 trees next year to be planted at Roslyn Park. To learn about more Tree Trust planting events and volunteering, visit treetrust.org. The City of Edina continues to closely monitor the spread of the novel coronavirus and is keeping those who live and work here up to date about COVID-19. Please visit edinamn.gov/coronavirus for the latest updates or sign up to receive City Extra emails or text messages. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.